What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another week of the Sports Degenerates podcast. If this is your first time listening, make sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Spreaker. We're also on Twitter at the Sports Degens, Instagram at Sports Degenerates Podcast, and finally, you can also watch us on YouTube. Make sure to follow us on all of those platforms and give this episode a big thumbs up. As always, we're just a couple of college kids who love talking about sports. We decided to make a podcast. So, Tyler, how'd I do?
Trying to steal my job, Matt?
I might be. I think I'm going to be the host this week, so I'll ask you how you're doing.
I'm doing pretty well this week. I'm a little upset about Celtics stuff. We'll get into that at the beginning of the episode, but yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about you trying to steal my job here. You just kind of took the paper out of my hand right before we started and said, "I'm doing it this week."
It's all right. Papers, it's off the table now. So, let's just talk, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it. Jaylen Brown, big news of the week, pretty much.
Not good news either.
Not good news. He is going to be out for the rest of the season with, I believe, it is a torn ligament in his left wrist. He's getting surgery later this week, it said. Yeah, in the article by NBA.com, it says he's getting surgery later this week. Don't know when that's happening. But, dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of remember I said this last week. I said I don't trust the Celtics to stay healthy going into the playoffs because I don't think their big problem was the team and not getting not getting good play out of the team, because when they're all healthy they could play great. The big problem was, the reason why they're so frustrating was they could never stay healthy. And I didn't realize that until last week. And I was right. I mean, there's no way they're going to go anywhere in the playoffs without Jaylen Brown. He's their second best player on the team. Yeah. Now you're stuck with your two best players being Jason Tatum, who's great, obviously, and Kemba Walker, who sometimes isn't great. And now, one thing that I'm certainly worried about is now that Brown is out, Smart is going to feel like, all right, I have to step up big time, and Smart's going to try and start jacking threes, and we know how that all goes.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a point I hadn't thought of until just now. Mm-hmm. We know he's certainly tried to fill that role a couple times during the season when his counterparts have been out. It's not going to go too well for the Celtics in the playoffs, assuming they make it. I think they got to play the Wizards probably in the play-in. And the Wizards are looking okay right now with Russell Westbrook becoming the all-time triple-double guy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
We'll see. We'll see if they can even get past them. It's just been, you know what? This is how I described it before the podcast. This was the cherry on top of a really bad year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not exactly what I said, actually. A really
what you
bad
said,
Sunday.
You said it was the cherry on top of a very crappy Sunday. Yes,
yes.
And I completely agree.
Yes, with a little more alliteration in there.
Yeah.
But,
it's upsetting seeing him go because, like I said, I mean, I love Jaylen Brown. He's a great guy. He's a great player on this team. He's second in the team points per game, right behind Jason Tatum. We've talked about this. This season, exactly what I wanted to see out of the two of them. I wanted to see Jason Tatum be between 25 and 25 and 30 points per game scorer.
He's right there.
From here on out, he's 26.4 this year. I would have liked to see more 27 points per game, but I think I would have liked to see a little more of a step up. That's fine, whatever. And Jaylen Brown, career year this year, 24 points per game. That's exactly what I want to see. I want to see between 24 and 26 points per game. And that's the big thing for me. And, yeah, he's at 24.7. He's been having a great season, especially earlier in the season. Mm-hmm. He was going off.
The start.
So there was that. So he was going off.
Yeah, right from the start of the season, he was averaging even more points per game than Jason Tatum was, I think. Tatum was injured a little at the start of the year. Mm-hmm. But great year for Brown. I mean, he exceeded, I think, all expectations we had.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to be right around 20, 21, 22. Almost like a Klay Thompson. I don't know why that came to my head.
Okay, yeah.
But just low 20s. But no, he's mid-20s this year. That was good. Good while it lasted, at least. Round of applause to him. He just needs guys around him that can do the same other than Jason. So
yeah, do you think How bad do you think this hurts their playoff chances? How far do you think they're going to go?
Horribly. I truthfully don't know if they are going to make the playoffs, like outside the play-in.
Wow.
I think it's just one game. I think it's one play-in game against the Wizards.
Or
maybe
like
it's a
that.
series.
I don't fully know what it is, but yeah, no, it's something like that.
Either. But I think the Wizards might be a better team. They might be missing Bradley Beal though, so maybe not. But no way the Celtics make it past round one as the 7th seed is the highest they're going to be.
Yeah.
And that puts them against the Nets in round one. So no shot.
Yeah. Overall, just an upsetting season because never saw their entire starting 5 or their starting whatever fully healthy on the court at the same time. We never saw Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, Evan Fournier, and Robert Williams all on the court at one time.
Yeah.
Never saw that, and that's upsetting.
Never really saw it. It is upsetting, especially since the last game they played a couple of days ago against the Heat. The 3 of those guys put up pretty good numbers.
Yep.
Kemba, Evan Fournier, and Jason Tatum, all 3 of them on the court. I think they combined for, it looks like, almost 90 points. Yeah. But they lost that game to the Heat because there's nobody else picking up the slack. Brown's out. Robert Williams was out too. And Marcus Smart just didn't play that well offensively. Are we surprised?
No.
But,
yeah, I mean they have 3 more games left. Today, Wednesday against the Cavs, Saturday against the Timberwolves, and Sunday against the Knicks. And obviously, if they can win out, that's great. I doubt that'll happen. That'll help them out a little bit. I'm sure that'll help them in standing wise. But yeah, I agree. I don't think they're going to go anywhere in the playoffs. Before I was saying with the team that they would win at least what I said. I thought they would win 2 series. But I'm kind of down. Maybe win 1, lose the second one. I think that's the best they're going. That's the best they're doing.
Yeah. It would have to be a big upset round 1 if they're gonna even win 1.
Yeah.
So.
They're too short staffed now. I don't see it happening.
Fingers crossed for next year. It's a young team, luckily.
Yeah. I don't want to see Danny Ainge rebuild this team, but I think he needs to make some changes with it for sure, as we've talked about.
Yeah.
We've pretty much beat that horse dead. We'll talk about the Celtics more as playoffs get here next week and stuff like that. But let's move on now to the Red Sox. I want to move on to the Red Sox. Before we talk about the Bruins, we'll probably spend a little more time on the Bruins, but Red Sox still playing fantastic. I believe they still lead the league in wins at the moment.
Yeah, they're up at 20.
Yeah,
now,
20
I think,
wins.
Right?
Yeah. Let me see, MLB standings.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're going on a 2-game losing streak right now, which it happens.
Yeah, they lost
okay.
1 to the Orioles. 2 to the Orioles?
1. But
to the Orioles?
they're
22-15 right now, and compared to the rest of the league, they're the best. They have the best.
Best record.
They have the best
in the East, right there with
the
A's.
Yeah, them and the A's are tied. I knew that. Yeah, because the A's were the first team to reach 20 wins. Red Sox did it literally just minutes later, and in the NL. We got the Cardinals with 22 wins, 14 losses, so they technically have a better win percentage. Same with the Giants at 22 wins, 14 losses. So yeah, Red Sox are tied for most wins in the league, which is great. And I know we talked
AL.
about.
Did I say the East? I probably did.
Yeah,
I
you
got
said
NBA on my mind still. Sorry.
But we talked about this last week. They're playing great, and they're surprising. Their big thing is, and we talked about this too, is their offense. Their offense, they're mashing. JD Martinez, we've talked about this. He's tied for the league lead in home runs, 10. He's batting .331. He has 32 RBI. Rafael Devers has 30 RBI. He's batting .280, which is good to see. He has 9 home runs. Xander Bogaerts, 20 RBI, 7 home runs, .341. He's leading the league in RBI, I'm pretty sure. No, he's not. He's up there in RBI.
Yeah.
In average, excuse me. But yeah, he's .341.
Both Bogaerts and Martinez, I think, are right top 2 in average and possibly also hits. Bogaerts has 46 hits. JD Martinez 44.
Yeah.
They're both right there. We were talking off the air this week about, hey, JD Martinez, he's up there in the 3 major categories. What if that were to happen?
Yeah, he's tied for the league lead in home runs and RBI. He's down there in average, but this would be his second time. Obviously, it's way too early in the season. Too much can happen, but this would be his second time in the running for triple crown winner. He did it. Well, he didn't come close, but there was a chance, possibly I think mid-season, that in 2018 that he was doing really well, that he could have won the Triple Crown, but obviously he didn't. And that would be amazing. I mean, I highly doubt it's going to happen, but early in the season, being up there, being in the top for both home runs and RBI, and being, I think, top 10 for average, that's pretty cool. I would love to see him win the Triple Crown. Obviously, it's probably not going to happen, but still, yeah, like I said.
We can dream.
Exactly. Another player that's playing well on offense for the Red Sox is Alex Verdugo. He's hitting 298, which is great to see out of him. That's contact hitting. He has 4 home runs, not bad, 16 RBI, and 39 hits in total. But yeah, their offense is just playing great. Like I said, you can go up and down the line right now pretty much and see who's playing well. Who else? Enrique Hernandez, 239. Yeah, I mean, Christian Vasquez hitting 265, which I'd like to see. And then Christian Arroyo is hitting 271, which is good. What's Kiki Hernandez doing? We love Kiki Hernandez.
He's not on the list that I'm looking at. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Where are you, Kiki?
We love Kiki Hernandez. But yeah, no, their offense is what's leading this team right now because the pitching is okay. The pitching is okay. You want to go down? Let's go down here. Nick Pivetta, 319. Eduardo Rodriguez, 382. Nathan Eovaldi, 420. Adam Ottavino, 430. Garrett Richards, 454.
Oh, pretty good.
Matt Barnes is the best. He's a closer, has a 2 ERA. But, I mean, there's no stats for the pitchers that are really jumping out at you. They're just meh. They're meh at best. Right. 3 ERAs, 4 ERAs. I mean, I'd like to see your starting pitching staff have at least one ace that has a ERA of, like, in the 2s. That'd be great. But Nick Pivetta, 319, I'll take that. Eduardo Rodriguez, 382 isn't horrible, but I'd like to see him do better. Nathan Eovaldi is the best pitcher on the staff. He's throwing ERA at 420, which, here's the thing with Eovaldi. We talked about this. The game that we saw on Thursday, Eovaldi always has this problem that Eovaldi will start off games pretty well. Then he'll kind of slow down, and I would much rather see him have full games that he plays better, but it is what it is. I mean, the Red Sox are doing I mean, I can't complain. They're winning. I still am kind of expecting them to come down to earth at some point. If they don't, I'm not going to argue with it, but I would like to see them. I know it's not for another 2 months for the trade deadline. That wouldn't be until July, yeah. I'd like to see them try and get another pitcher on this team. I doubt that this management will make a trade because their whole thing is building up the farm system and getting assets so that way they can get more of the players coming through. And because that's what Dave Dombrowski did. Dave Dombrowski traded a bunch of people, and that's not what they got rid of Dave Dombrowski for that reason. They were done with getting rid of all of the all your prospects. So they want to build up prospects instead of getting rid of them. So we'll see what happens. I think they can do pretty well. I'm excited to see what the Red Sox can do moving forward. I think that they could have a good season, continue having a good season, I should say. But I do think they're going to come back down to earth at some point.
Hope not. It's been fun. It's definitely been fun.
It has been. Let me see the standings real quick. They have a 2-game lead over the Yankees in the AL East, so
not bad.
That's not bad. 2-game, I'll take it. But the Yankees have started to turn it on. They started the bottom of the
whole AL.
Yeah, the bottom of the AL.
Which was wild.
And the Blue Jays are 2.5 games behind. Rays are 3 games behind. So that's pretty close. That's close enough that if the Red Sox slip up and the Yankees start playing well, or the Blue Jays or the Rays start playing well, then they could very easily take first place from the Sox, which I'm expecting it to happen this season. I'm expecting if the Red Sox stay hot, I don't think they're going to stay hot enough to stay number 1 in the AL throughout the whole thing. But right. I can see this the AL East being a tight division. Yeah,
it's hard to keep up this pace, all season long that they're on right now. Especially with offense being the main thing that's carrying them.
Yeah.
With Martinez and Devers leading the whole league in RBI, and Bogarts and Martinez leading in hits. That's their best baseball by clearly, and they're only 2 games still in the lead. So if they even let up a little bit, I think the Yankees are going to be right there. I mean, they have a good team. They
do.
Hate to admit it, and
obviously
as Boston fans, but. Yeah, Yankees, they're good. They should be winning more. honestly.
They should be. But let's move on to a team that is winning plenty. Is the Bruins. The Bruins have been playing out of their minds since this Taylor Hall trade. It is.
Yeah. How many times can you say Taylor Hall in 1 minute?
No, seriously. Taylor Hall. No.
He deserves it.
Yeah, no, I keep tweeting that Taylor Hall is just, he's
Great
surprising
addition.
me every game.
Awesome
He has
addition to the
breathed
team.
new life into this team.
Yeah.
Let's go down. So, with the regular season ending and I think they have
Playoffs
one
are this Saturday.
Saturday,
they're playing the Caps, which what a game that's going to be.
Yeah, they just played the Caps last night. They lost 2-1, which I didn't like to see. Yes, they have played the Caps pretty well this year, but I want to see them play better. I mean, I think this first round against the Caps, this play-in or whatever it is. No, it's not a play-in. I don't know what it is, but this first round against the Caps, I can see it going 6-7 games easily. And I think
the teams are pretty evenly matched, I would say, especially now the Caps have Ovechkin back. Their best scoring threat. So that hurts for the Bruins.
Ovechkin's one of the best scorers of all time.
Yeah.
And it's scary. I mean, because the thing is with the Caps this year, they're a physical team. Bruins in the past few years, which is very unlike the Bruins, haven't been extremely physical team. They're more of a finesse team nowadays. And I will say, you're not used to seeing that as a Bruins fan. Bruins used to be, for the longest time, the big bad Bruins, even going back to just a few years ago. They had great defense, stifling defense, not afraid to get in your face and hit you. And it's kind of weird thinking that, and I'm a little worried about that because the Bruins have had some trouble in the past few years against these physical teams, namely against the Blues, St. Louis Blues,
That's
2 years
true.
ago in the NHL final. So that
we
worries
always
me.
bring
Stanley
that up?
Cup final?
Why do we bring that
I
up?
know that worries me, but I think the big thing is they have a better team than they did. They have a better team.
I realize that I talk in the mic without talking over this, but I just said you mean the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, excuse me. What did I say?
NBA finals or something?
NHL, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no, you're good. So the NHL final. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. Stanley Cup final. But yeah, no, I'm worried. I think if they can get past the Caps in round one here, they have a good shot of possibly
Great
making
shot,
it
I
to the
think.
final. Knock on wood.
Yeah, the Penguins are good, certainly, being top of the East division, but the Bruins are right up there, man. I mean, they're just a few points behind each of the Penguins and the Caps. I think they're actually tied with the Caps, right?
No, they're behind the Caps because they would have been tied with the Caps if they won last night. So they're behind the Caps. They're pretty much firmly in the third seed.
Yeah.
Another big question of going into this series is how Pastrnak is going to do with scoring wise, because traditionally throughout this regular season he hasn't been the best in scoring against the Capitals, and it's kind of just like how will he do going into this series?
Funny you say that. I was actually just about to bring that up. I was going to say I think if they want to win the series, they need scoring from all their top players. They need Brad Marchand to score, Patrice Bergeron, David Pastrnak, Taylor Hall, and I would like to see. I'm blanking. I would like to see. I have it right in front of me. Hold on. Who am I thinking?
You'll find it.
I will. We're getting there. Hold on.
Unless he's not listed.
Hold on.
Listed 4 out of the 5.
I'm blanking. Whatever. Yeah, I'd like to see those 4 players start to really score. I think they're super important. David Krejci. That's what I'm talking about. I know David Krejci isn't a huge scorer. He only has 8 goals this season. Craig Smith and Nick Ritchie both have more. But I'd like to see all their top players. Their top two lines have to score to win this game, to win the series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that's super important. And the big thing is David Pastrnak. I think David Pastrnak could be the X factor. When David Pastrnak is hot, he's the best freaking player on this team. And David Pastrnak has kind of had a down season this year, especially considering what he did last season. He, I think he led the league in goals, or he's top 5 or something like that. But 20 goals this year is a down season for him. He could be one of the top goal scorers in this league, and I don't know what happened with him this season.
Well, he started out injured, didn't he?
He did. That's
maybe
true.
He's sort of.
That's true.
He's been a little tripped up coming back from that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I just really want to see him start scoring in this playoffs because I think you need that. If you can get Marchand, Bergeron, and Pastrnak on the first line, all scoring like crazy, like they normally can. And then you throw in Taylor Hall as in your second line, and same with David Krejci in your second line. Oh, that's fantastic.
Watch out.
That's fantastic.
It really will be interesting because I think this Bruins team right now is obviously quite a bit better than they were earlier in the year, I think, with the Taylor Hall addition. And I think a product of them being the third seed is not having him until after the break.
Yeah.
And so
After
they
the
might
trade
be
deadline,
the deadline, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
So they might be a little bit better than the third seed where they're at.
I agree.
I think they're
I
right
agree.
there with the Caps, maybe above them, but the Caps do have their best guy back now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a slugfest.
I
can't
think it's going to be a slug. Oh, God, I cannot wait for this series.
Playoff hockey, man.
Playoff hockey is best
Let's go.
playoffs in all of the four major North American sports, in my opinion. But yeah, I do want to say, though, with Taylor Hall, he's, like I said, he's kind of breathed new life into his team, and the team has breathed new life into him.
Oh, yeah.
It's
a beautiful relationship.
It really
so
is.
far.
I mean, he said in an interview that, like, he's having the most fun that he has in his entire career. He is someone that
That's
I
good.
want. God, I hope the Bruins can extend him because he's not that old. If you can extend Taylor Hall for a few years, what is he? He is 29 years old. That's not bad at all.
No.
Give him 4 years, like a 4-year contract or whatever. Oh, and if you can
Love
get it for
that.
cheap, oh my God, stop it right now.
Fact.
But yeah, no. So that's really what I'm looking forward to with the Bruins. I think it's going to be an exciting series,
I'm
and
going to turn my mic on, but Hall and Krejci are both going in for contract extensions right now.
that's
I hope
true.
so.
Their
That's true.
relationship is kind of like the stepbrothers at the Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah. Okay.
It really is.
It's just the perfect combo of finesse with rock and roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think I could see Taylor Hall taking the discount to stay here because, I mean, he's been saying that he loves it here. He's been saying that he loves it here. David Krejci's been with the Bruins for how many years here? He's been with the Bruins now for 14 years, I believe, which is crazy to think about. That is crazy to think about that he's been with the Bruins for 14 years. I remember in 2011 when he was still kind of one of the younger guys on the team. But yeah,
Take that cup discount, I mean,
Exactly.
it reminds me of all the guys on the Bucks kind of taking some pay cuts this offseason to stay there.
Yeah.
A lot of players in whatever league will do that if they think their team has the capability of taking them to the finals. And the Bruins are there, man. They've been good for a while. Let's be honest, but they're even better right now.
Yes, they are. And we'll see what happens. We'll be talking about it next week, and that's actually gonna be our bet of the week. Let's say that real quick. Actually, no, excuse me. Our bet of the week is gonna be. What is our bet of the week going to be?
What was it again?
Oh,
the
the play-in,
play-in.
the NBA
Yeah,
play-in. We knew this.
We ran right past all of our NBA
God,
talk
we did.
without
We did.
mentioning it.
We did. Yeah.
As you guys might notice, neither of us are in the rope this week.
Yeah, we just had to be
decided
nice to each other.
Be nice to each other. He's being super nice to me. He let me read the intro this week.
I
and
did. Look at
everything.
me. I'm just feeling generous this week.
What a guy.
No,
What a
but
guy.
yeah, our
Not going to feel generous when you take this first pick, though.
okay. Yeah, no. So our bet of the week
like-
this week is going to be the play-in game between the Warriors and the Grizzlies. And since I lost last
8-9.
week, I'm gonna choose. I have first pick this week. I'm going Warriors. I think Warriors. Steph Curry, possibly
that
MVP.
coming.
He's playing fantastic, and plus it just kind of is an insult to you taking your team. So I'm going with the Warriors.
That's where I knew the generosity would run out right there. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm fine with taking the Grizzlies to beat the Warriors.
Okay.
I will. I'd almost prefer that, in fact, because
Okay.
I know if I pick my team to win a play-in game, it's not going to happen. That I will jinx the hell out of them. So maybe I could work some reverse jinxing here. Memphis Grizzlies will win. Ja Morant will drop 50 on them.
All right. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But
And in fairness, they do have a lot of depth, the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that could get it done other than Ja. So there's a reason they're there in this playoff or play-in game.
Play-in game, yeah.
It should be entertaining.
I agree, but let's talk about real quick some NBA, NFL season schedule. The schedule for all the teams comes out today, not officially out, but
And week 1 just got released.
week 1 just got released. Yeah,
So-
it's coming out, but right now pretty much everybody knows what it's going to be.
Yeah.
We're going to make this quick. Week 1, opening game is the defending champions, as always, the Bucks against the Cowboys. I love that. It's going to be a great time seeing the Bucks destroy the Cowboys in Week 1.
I was going to say underwhelming matchup, kind of. That's not fair to the Cowboys. They're going to get their asses kicked.
Can't wait. It'll be great. Then for the Patriots, Week 1, it's going to be Patriots-Dolphins, which, whatever. But I think the big one that I'm looking forward to here is Week 4 for the Patriots. That is Tom Brady's homecoming. The Buccaneers are going to be coming into to Gillette. And Tom Brady, he's only like 1,100-ish yards away from passing Drew Brees in the all-time passing yards mark. He could do it Week 4.
He could.
And
if he averages about 300 yards a game the first 3 weeks.
It would sting. It would sting seeing him with another team break that record.
In Gillette. Is it in Gillette?
Yes, it is. Okay, it is in Gillette. Like I said, it would sting seeing him with another team break that record, but it would be really cool seeing him in Gillette breaking that record.
Right.
The place that he played his entire career,
it would be fitting.
Yeah, the place that picked him 199th in front of his old coach. I mean,
yeah.
I think it would serve two purposes. Just kind of Tom Brady is like double bird to Bill, be like, hey, shouldn't have got rid of me, and also I think it would also be a really just cool story seeing him break it at Gillette Stadium.
It almost would be a third and a fourth bird. I mean, winning the Super
pretty
Bowl
much.
this past year was
true.
1
That's true.
and 2. This would be 3 and 4. It's
Yeah.
almost like Aaron Rodgers winning the MVP and then saying, I still want to leave because you drafted Jordan Love. Screw you guys.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. But we're going to wrap things up here, guys. We have one last segment of the week. You guys know what it is. It is going to be our funny sports moment of the week. We're back with this. And this is one of my favorite ones. Obviously, the last two ones that we did the
Hornets announcer.
Yeah, the Hornets
Love
announcer.
that
The
guy.
one before that was the Spurs post for
Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker.
Is
But
he
this,
okay, by the way?
I'm
he
hoping
okay?
he is. I really hope he is. I'm
All
sure
right,
he is.
good,
But
good.
this one
we
is
were
going to
praying
be.
for you, Lonnie.
This one's going to be a funny one. This one is going to be. We'll just have you guys take a look. And for those of you that are listening, you'll hear it, and we'll kind of explain it to you afterwards. Roll the clip, Tim. So yeah,
that right there.
it is Luka Doncic hitting. Who was that?
That's Colin Sexton.
Colin Sexton. And in the face is what kills me when they eject him. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I love it.
So here's
That's
the
amazing.
thing to dissect that. Luka Doncic blatantly hits Colin Sexton in the groin area.
Yeah, right in the balls.
He gets
just wham.
He gets ejected and is surprised.
Oh, it's too funny.
Why?
It's too funny.
Luka.
The face that he makes. Again, those of you that are just listening to us, if you want to see this, feel free to come over to our YouTube or check out my Facebook. It is fantastic. And also, I want to credit Bleacher Report, I believe, in the NBA for that video. But oh my God, it is fantastic. Like I said, the funniest part of that clip to me is the face that he makes. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
he just he looks like he just looks absolutely bewildered. His jaw drops like.
I'm not allowed
What?
to hit people in the groin
Exactly.
area.
And like you said,
At
there
my-
it is. There it is. I love it. Thank you so much. That is amazing.
perfect.
Oh,
I
I love
mean,
it. He's like,
The absolute look
what?
of shock.
It's great. And Colin Sexton just like, I mean,
No, he took it though.
if you watch that video again, you guys can rewind. If you see it, like, I don't think it fully hits him right in the nuts, but like it comes close, and he barely does anything. He barely does anything.
Props to him for holding it down. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just
he doesn't care. He doesn't
There's
care.
debate here, like where I don't
it's
know,
pretty close.
but still,
It's close. But yeah,
either
no,
way,
he barely.
poor move by Luka.
It is.
He's been one of my favorite new players the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But that's not a good look. Good thing he
mean-
got ejected. He deserved it.
I mean, everybody knows nowadays that Luka's a crybaby. Everybody knows.
Little bit.
Luka's always doing that. But
Yeah.
who knows? Whatever. It is what it is. I think it's funny. It's freaking hilarious. I love talking about a moment like that. So, that's actually going to wrap it up for this week, guys. Thank you, as always, for joining us so much. Again, just a reminder, we're only going to be doing about 2 more of these shows, and we're going to take a little bit of roughly a month hiatus because Matt and I are going to be moving out to different parts of the country for our job. But we
You
will.
saw the graphic. He's that West Virginia
Yes.
degenerate.
Yes,
if
I
you're
am.
watching, that is.
Yes, but yeah, we're gonna be picking it back up later in the summer. We're thinking probably somewhere beginning of July. Let us get some time, move out, get all settled with our new jobs. But we'll be continuing this again. We have 2 more weeks of this, guys. Make sure to tune in next week on the Sports Degenerates podcast.